Hey everybody, it's Moose here, and I'm back with another interview. I am here with Sean Williets. He is an animator on YouTube, and he's also just a freelance animator. He's worked with Disney, Lego, and the other YouTuber known as Forest Fire 101. He's just a fantastic animator, and I'm happy that he's here. So thank you for joining me, man.
Wow, thanks. Thanks so much.
Yeah, of course. So I guess one of my first questions I gotta ask is just like, since you do a lot of different types of animation, like 2D, Lego stop motion, it's just stop motion in general. What got you into doing that in the first place?
Well, yeah, good question. I was homeschooled, so I was able to really focus on what I wanted to do. I guess like at an early age, right out of I just did kindergarten and first grade, and then after that I went to homeschooling because my mom just thought she could do a better job.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she was right. I mean, because I'm doing what I love to do right now, so it was definitely a good choice for me. I sort of knew I wanted to be an artist and do draw. I knew at a young age I wanted to be an artist and draw. But yeah, now animation that came with just loving movies and stuff, and I got the Lego Studios Movie Maker set, and that was really, I mean, that really solidified it for me, because after I did that, I was like, yeah, this is really cool. I mean, it was super influential. It really, just that crappy webcam, the crappy webcam was just so helpful.
Right.
Yeah, and not just the webcam, the software it came with. However crappy it was just a tiny glimpse at the editing process for making movies, and it was really just super, just a glimpse at what could be a job, and that's what it is. That's what it turned into. That exactly what I did then. However old I was, like 11 or 12, when I got the set. That's exactly what I'm doing now, just like the little higher quality.
Right. Right. Yeah.
A little bit higher quality. But and yeah, so yeah, it's just like so pretty much once I got there, I was set. I was like, yeah, that's definitely what I want to do. Just definitely just because that was such an inspiring period, being able to just do that. I was obviously schooled, and my mom taught me other stuff and everything, but I was a big portion of my time I was just like, I want to focus on this. I want to focus on my energy on honing this skill and getting good at this, and that just really says a lot about education. Really, just like, well, if somebody knows what they want to do, why put them in school? Why tell them that they have to learn all these things if they have a big interest in one thing? Just want to do that. So. It worked out for me. Maybe it doesn't work out for everybody homeschooling, but I would say that's probably what got me into it.
All right. Well, I feel like I get that whole thing about how finding the right drive and finding the right thing, in certain passions, because I'm going to school for filmmaking and everything, and
Right, yeah.
so I wasn't homeschooled. I went to public school most of my life, but
Right.
I would say with my family being supportive of my my choices of what I wanted to do for my life. I started out like in around like 8th grade. I started drawing, so I wanted to be an animator for some point.
Yeah.
I do stop motion stuff as a hobby. I also do it just for fun, on my channel. And then I also just I really just love movies. I really want to be a cinematographer. So finding that passion, finding that whatever you find more interest in, like you say, you just gotta go for it, and just have that, finding those people that are in your inner circle that are willing to lift you up. You know what I mean? I feel like that's also really important. Uh, yeah.
Totally.
So. So. Um,
Being supportive of what you want to do, for sure.
yeah. Exactly. Which actually kind of leads into my next question here is that since you've worked a lot with a lot of different YouTubers, like except for one like Forest Fire, you know, so like for working on videos like one of my favorites. Oh yeah, also you worked with Mr. Sunday Movies as well, doing a lot of those animated videos. Like the Batman vs Superman script in 2003, the canceled Batman vs Superman movie. With Forest Fire, it was the Lego Justice League, the Christmas special, a few of the Call of Duty, the Christmas specials, so and the Captain America videos. So basically, when working with those kind of people, like other YouTubers and other creators, what would you say? What was those experiences like for you?
Well, that's a good question, because I each one was really it's just really important, important for my career, because meeting Forrest over on YouTube, and then like on Facebook, and then getting to know him was really important, because we work really well together, and we still work together and everything, and he's here now. He's here where I live in Burbank. Mm-hmm. Now it's like a blessing. It's like, oh my God, he's right over there. Mm-hmm. I could go. I could drive over at least 5 minutes away. It's a blessing, And so it's awesome. And we're still making stuff. But yeah, meeting him was really important, because we just elevated each other. We just kind of both are we learned together on how to do this stuff, and we definitely got to where we are, with each other, and so that's a really important part of the process. Finding somebody who really you have a lot in common with, mm-hmm. and not everybody needs like a partner, in crime to make stuff with, but it really helps, with collaboration and getting better at your craft to get to have a friend in that area to help you get better and help each other get better at the craft. So yeah, that I would recommend that. I would recommend getting somebody who's just connecting with people, anybody really, because he was in St. Louis, it wasn't, it was super far away, but not too far away, but still in the same country. But we just kind of connected, and we're like, yeah, let's hang out, let's do this.
Right, yeah.
And then he came over, and now he lives here. I was lucky enough because I didn't have to move anywhere. I just stayed where I was for everything, which is really, really lucky. I mean, I was just born right in the spot where everything happened. Mm-hmm. But moving on to everything else, we just kind of evolved each other, as we went, and that was really great. And I love all the stuff we made together. Each project, it just got better and better, as we were making it. And we're like, oh my God, we were just having so much fun, doing this stuff. It was hard though. It was really hard. It was really, because we were pushing each other, and we wanted to make it look as much like movies as possible. So it gets kind of difficult when you're trying to mimic movies, and you're only just two people, right. Just only two people, so. But yeah, then we moved into an apartment together in 2014, and then I wanted to do something else. I wanted to do like another thing, because I fell in love with the Weekly Planet podcast, mm-hmm. Kind of like right when it came on. Like I think I feel like I listened to the very first episode. Like mm-hmm. That's how long I've been with those guys. Like I feel like I've listened almost from the very beginning. Mm-hmm. When they started in like 2014, 2013, right? So like I definitely listened to like the first episode. I definitely went back and listened to the first episode or whatever. So yeah, I've been with them forever. I've just loved their stuff, and yeah, they did that one episode about that movie Superman script, and like, oh, it killed me. I was laughing so hard, and I came up with these characters in my brain, and I was like, I gotta do this. And so then I got permission from him, and he paid me for it to do it. And everybody, yeah, it got a pretty good reception. It was great. It was a really good one because I got way out of my comfort zone, but into another comfort zone. Weirdly, it was way out of another, like way into another thing. It wasn't a comfort zone because I wasn't sure if anybody would like it because it was just my artwork. It wasn't like Legos or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of interesting. Like, I wonder if people are gonna like this. Like, I know it's goofy. But I wonder if people are going to like it. But it turned out pretty well. I think a lot of people like it. That was fun. And working with him is so good. Like, he's so funny, and he paid me well, and it was great. It was great. Really good experience.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. So, like, would you say, like, when you said when working with Forrest or like working with Mr. Sunday Movies, you've gained something new through each experience. Would you agree with that? Like, in some certain extent?
Oh, yeah. You learn so much, when you work with people, and the more people you work with, the better.
Mm-hmm.
And you just gotta keep doing it. You just gotta keep meeting people. I love meeting people. I'm like a huge people person. Like, I am an introvert too, but I love meeting new people. Whenever, like, I'm at the studio and there's a new person, like, oh my god, a new person I can talk to,
right?
Yeah, and just like berate them with my conversation. So I love to connect with people and share ideas and stuff. So.
Yeah, I get it. I'm the same way. I'm a mixture of an introvert and extrovert. Where it's like, like I get nervous when I meet new people, but then when I start talking to them, I'm like, oh yeah, I can really connect with them and really can vibe with them. So it's like I am a mixture of, I am a people person, but at the same time I'm kind of not. But but I really like meeting new people, and I especially like getting to know new people, and like getting to know, or even if I do know of them, I just getting to know more about them. I feel like it's great. That's one of the reasons why I do the interviews in the first place, man. It's just I feel like, for one, it's like I do it because I want more people to know about certain creators that I like, or people, and even if they are established, I feel like people need to know more about the person. I feel like people, some people, just see YouTubers or people as some form like a product. Right? Yeah. Like but they're people. They create stuff. They're creating stuff for you for entertainment, but they're just a person like everyone else. Yeah. So it's like,
it's true. Appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like getting to know a lot of these people, and a lot of these people I'm still in contact with. That I do interviews with. I feel like getting to know them and just letting them know, like, hey, this is who they are. This is what their interests are. This is what got them to do what they wanted to do in the first place. So yeah, that's what essentially why I do it. And I do agree with you. So this kind of like helps me be less introverted. So
sure, yeah, mm-hmm. yeah, absolutely, yeah. Interviewing people is hard. It's a job.
Yeah, definitely. So. Going on with my next question is essentially, you've worked on a lot of different, like you said, a lot of different types of projects of your own. I know that you've been posting stuff like on your Instagram, like you did like a Spider-Man 3 inspired piece, which I really liked. You did a Superman one, but yeah, you've done a lot of different types of animation, like on your channel. I have it right here. On your channel, the last thing you remember you posting had to do with Detective Pikachu, like a drawing, and you did something for Spider-Verse. But yeah, so what would you have to say for in terms of like art? It could be art, it could be your stop motion stuff, it could be project you collaborated with. What would you say is the one project that you feel like was the most ambitious for you and the most hardest, but you feel like you gained something from it in terms of whether learning something new in an artistic way or learning something new in more of like a workplace kind of way?
Oh yeah, that's a good. Um, I don't know. Like my own project.
It could be your own. It could be something you worked on, or worked on with us with someone else, or um,
Yeah, yeah. It depends because I have worked on some fairly big stuff. So and that was that's definitely challenging.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, but in its own way, and but my own stuff, it can only be as challenging as I make it.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So yeah, like it's a hard question because it really depends on what it's really like. I mean, it's really each project. Is really you learn a lot from each project, and they're all they all have their difficulties. So yeah, I don't know if I can say the most. I'd say the most rewarding one, like by far, would be the Captain America 3, the Nazi Zombies. Yeah, that one was like it took so long, and it was only 6 minutes, but it was like once it was done, because we were the thing was the anxiety of it. Like that's what it was, like the anxiety of this, because we loved it, we knew it was amazing.
Right, yeah.
and but the thing was, like, we were constantly like, it's a real trippy thing because we're constantly like, we know it's real, but nobody else knows about it. Like nobody else is seeing this. It's like probably what people feel like when they make movies. Like they make a huge movie and nobody has seen this, and like you're sure that people are going to love it, but you're like, nobody's seen it yet, and you're like, I hope my hard drive doesn't explode and I just lose this thing and no one gets to see this.
Right.
Like that's what was going through our minds like the entire 9 months. Because like at one point one of the hard drives did fail, and we did. I don't think we lost anything, but it would your heart skipped a beat.
Oh, right,
like,
exactly. I've been there. Yeah.
It was terrifying, and so it was that kind of anxiety that was like fueling us to get it done. We still didn't go like any faster because we didn't want to rush the art or whatever of it. But getting it out there was very relieving. Because like just knowing it's out there, and like there are multiple copies of it, and people can see it. And not just that people can't even see it, just that it's not on just one place. It's not just in one hard drive. Like it's out there in multiple places that people can see, and now of course everybody's seeing it. That's the kind of mindset we were in. Because we worked really hard on it. We worked really hard on that one. So I'd say that was the most satisfying one, because like once it finally got out, we're like, thank God, we don't have to worry about that anymore.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
I'd say that was the biggest one, because I can't really think of another one where like the anxiety was so high, because we like focused our energy like so much on like short shots, and so it was like 6 minutes. In 9 months, so we were like dedicating a lot of time to each shot. So it was like a week, for like a really short shot, even like a 2-second shot or something, and that's like a week, on a 2 or 3 second shot. So it was really like intense, that we were focusing our energy on that, and we're like, God, I hope nothing happens to this thing, So I'd say that was the biggest one.
Yeah, I can relate to that for sure. I feel like a ton of people who've just like you said, worked on something, even people who've worked on a big budget film or whatever.
We've all worked on something big, and been scared that if it just fell down and it broke, that level of anxiety.
Yeah. So yeah, I can definitely Like I've been there many times. Whether that's just doing artwork, whether it's doing a stop motion, whether that's working on short films or whatever. I definitely I get it. I think one of my examples I can think of is when it was a group project. It was around last year, and it was a group project, and we were like doing that. We were doing a big short film. It was like 15 to close to 20 minutes long, and we made this huge. I wrote the script. And I directed behind the camera and everything. We went to like so many different locations that I had ideas for, and we worked on it for like we churned it out for like 2 months because we had about a 2 month time limit on it. And so we had to work extra hard, and all of us had all these different classes and shit. So it's like balancing all of that, and then we got it, and then for a slight second, we thought like we all had the footage, but somehow we all thought the footage got corrupted.
Oh no!
And we all thought, oh my god, we have to start all this over, and it was like a month in. Like we are like a month is already gone, so we thought, oh shit, we gotta start all over. But I had backups, and someone else on my group had backups, like on a separate but we luckily it wasn't corrupted, and it turned out just fine. But that I get it, that skipping of the heartbeat, that little bit of like your heart, like everything just sinking, like everything just sunk. So
it reminds you that, in a sense, this stuff is alive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like stuff we make is alive because it can be gone.
Right.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
it gives you a sense that, okay, what you're creating, it does have kind of a heartbeat. It does kind of have a living sense to it, because you know it could all be gone. It could just disappear, and then you're just like, wow, that thing just died.
Right. Yeah.
It just disappeared. That beautiful thing I made, you know, it's just gone. You know, my baby, you know. So yeah, it's definitely, it's you definitely get into that mindset.
Mm-hmm. You know? Yeah, for sure. Which actually kind of leads into so like I know we discussed it like when we were recording that you worked like with actually like with the company Lego, the work on some projects, and you worked with Disney on some projects. Is it possible you can be able to talk about the experiences working on those kind of stuff, or if you can, just I would definitely love to hear more about that, because that's huge. That's a huge deal,
It was, it was very good. It was very good. I'm really happy that it's just connects. You get connections, and you keep meeting people, and then you're like, oh, you know that guy? Oh wow, that's cool. You know somebody at Disney, like that's amazing, and then like they refer you to it and everything. And really, it was my connection to making Lego videos.
Mm-hmm.
That's what got me the job at Disney. It was actually, I never actually worked for Lego. It was always through Stupid Buddy or Disney.
All right.
So yeah, Disney. I think all the Disney jobs I did. So the Disney jobs I did it was Lego first, and then I did like a Hot Wheels one.
Mm-hmm.
After that, and and I did a couple more Legos. But yeah, no, it was I won't delve like too much into detail about it, but it was it was interesting, because I just met I knew an animator who referred me to somebody at Disney, and we were I think the first ones we were doing it just like it's just funny, because the projects were big at first because they had a lot of money, because they just bought Lucasfilm.
Mm-hmm.
So they just bought Star Wars stuff. So they all had a bunch of money to like a big budget to do a lot of Star Wars stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it was when Rogue One was coming out, so we had a lot of money to do like these 4-episode Lego shorts. So we spent most of the time just doing the Star Wars one, because that's the one that we were interested in.
Right. Yeah.
That's the one we wanted to put the most effort in. So we did the Star Wars Rogue One, and that's on. I think it's on the Disney Kids channel or something. You can just type in Rogue One, Lego Star Wars Rogue One. Disney. I don't know. I'm not. You're gonna get a lot of Rogue One. If you do that, I might be able to be more specific. It's in my collaborations.
Your collaborations playlist, yeah.
Yeah, on my YouTube channel, there's a collaboration playlist, and you can see it there.
Right. Yeah.
We spent like 3 weeks on that one, and we only had 4 weeks to do all 4. So
oh, wow.
We spent like most of the time on that one, and they were like, "Oh, we gotta make the other ones." But meantime, we were doing the other ones. In the meantime, another animator was working on the one that referred me was working on the other ones. So that we did like a Moana one because that was coming out at the time, and then we did. Which I finally watched, by the way. I finally watched Moana, and that's a really good movie. Actually, I enjoyed that movie. But then we did Beauty and the Beast because that was also coming out, and then Captain America: Civil War. Actually, we did that, and that one was kind of fun too. We're doing that because it was Marvel. But yeah, So, but the Star Wars one was the most fun because we got to, have battles and stuff, and I got to reverse build a Death Star. So we had a Death Star that was built, and it looks like it gets built in a second, but really what I'm doing is I'm just taking the pieces off, and we just reverse that to make it look like it was being built. Yeah,
oh, that's neat. Okay, that's neat because I've seen stuff like that. That's actually really dope.
It was very simple. Like that's what I liked about that. It was just like we need to do this, and we need to take a very short amount of time to do it. So, you can get away with a lot of stuff by reversing it. That's a very good tip for anybody. Like, if you think you can't reverse something, you can reverse it. Like, it's a really good tip for animators, just revert, But anyway, just forward and reverse it, kind of do that. But anyway, if you're running out of time. But, that was fun. We get to do a lot of tricks. We did another cool trick on that Rogue One where we shot some footage of we shot the background plate of what the cockpit would look like if you're of the X-wing. So we shot that, and then just like somebody holding a camera and just going around the room, and then we took a laptop, we took a screen and put it behind the Lego set of the cockpit, and then I animated the girl inside going in the cockpit and then lifting off, but the camera was locked on the cockpit of the X-wing. So then I was going frame by frame through the background image, so it looked like we're lifting off, and the background's going in back. I don't know if you're gonna it's kind of hard to explain, but I hope I'm explaining it right. I mean, but so it was cool because you got the real reflections on the ship of it flying up in the air and stuff. So that was a really cool technique we got to try out, and it came out pretty. I think it came out pretty cool. So there was no green screen, essentially, no green screen. It was just really there in back of the ship.
Oh. That's really impressive. That's awesome. Like I like hearing stuff about stuff like this. It's just so intriguing. I've always like learning stuff like behind the scenes kind of stuff is always really cool.
I figured I'd say it because I know that anybody listening would be interested in something like that. Just like little things we did that were really fun.
Yeah. I get you. I guess going on, we have a couple more questions left. I guess going on, my last question is, let's see. Okay, there we go. So, when doing artwork, your drawings or your animations, your 2D animations,
Mhm.
Um, so just out of pure, this is out just me pure curiosity. Uh, what kind of stuff do you be able to use for your animations and stuff like that? And if you have any sort of tips or tricks that you feel like you can give out, what would they be?
Oh yeah, I think the well, tips and tricks. I mean, I'm mostly doing 2D right now because I'm just hanging out on my own. My apartment's pretty small, so I don't really want to do like you know like Lego or any stop motion right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just getting more into 2D and it's it's really easy. It's really easy to do 2D animation right now, like cartoons, because you could just have an iPad and an iPencil and get the program Procreate, and Procreate has an animation uh, application in it now, so you can just do animations in there. It's not as perfect as something like Flash or something like that, but it really gets the job done. And I animated a short recently. It's coming out soon. It's coming out maybe next week. I'll get into that in a second. But yeah, I'm just saying, like, the tip, like, for that, I would say, like, if you want to do 2D animation, like, do that. It's super easy. Like, just get an iPad, get Procreate on it, and just play around, because we could have a lot of fun. Just getting better at drawing and kind of learning how a tablet works, and how to draw on that and how to animate that way. And you can do a lot of stuff. You can do a lot of stuff in Procreate. So yeah, I'd recommend that. I'd recommend it if any of you draw, if anybody listening draws, and wants to do that in animation.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good way, so you don't have to like get Legos. You don't have to build a set. You can just do it that way and just figure out how to animate.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, it's interesting because I kind of want to get back into doing animation because
Mm-hmm.
I learned a lot of like more like some semi advanced versions of like we worked with like pro tablets and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff, like big equipment when I first started back in 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when I started back in 2016, and after I graduated high school, I went straight to college and everything, and then I started doing animation. But yeah, I kind of want to get back into it because I just got back into a drawing groove.
Mm-hmm.
But getting back into doing art and everything, and I want to do more working with digital. I just got a new computer recently, so I really want to get back into that. See if I can draw digitally, and yeah, that's helpful towards me. That was actually just a question. I felt like I wanted to learn because for one, I really like how smooth all your stuff is. Also, just out of pure curiosity, this isn't anything written down. This is just something I want to ask. So you're for your stop motion stuff. How many frames per second do you use? Like, for how many frames per second do you usually go for your stop motion?
Yeah, that's a good question because it changes quite a bit. The best frame rate, if you want to get a really something looking smooth, and you operate with something like Legos or something that size, would probably be 15 FPS, 15 frames per second. Because it's just you get a really good smooth frame per second on that. But if you want to take less time and take less frames, 12 FPS is also very good with that. It gets a little choppy with Legos if you do 12 FPS, but you could still get it pretty smooth. You could still get it looking pretty smooth, and it still looks nice. But yeah, and they call that 24 on twos, like when they say 12 FPS. And I'm just like,
Okay.
it's 12 FPS. I'm just like, it's 12 FPS. I don't care the twos or whatever. But the reason why they call it twos is because they take 2 frames, and that way, and they set it for 24 FPS, and it's the same for like 30 FPS. You know, like the 30 FPS on 2, so it's 15 FPS. But the reason why they do on 2s is because that way you can actually change the frame rates. So you can change between 24 FPS and or 12 FPS. So you could just shoot one.
Right.
So I do that occasionally now. Like I don't usually do ones for like 30 FPS because it's a little fast, I think. If I'm gonna do something on ones, I would do 24 FPS. So that's kind of like the standard frame rate for like movies and stuff. For movies like Leica movies and stuff, it's 24 FPS on ones. But so yeah, it's So if I'm trying to accentuate an action, make it faster or something like that. Like today, I was actually working with a friend for a friend's short film. Wood Goblin Studios. If you want to go check them out, it's on Instagram. I believe it's Wood Goblin Studios, WOOD Goblin. And I'm working on a short film right now. But yeah, like there's this rock coming down, and I want to make it faster, so it's on 12 FPS, but we're shooting on 2s, so I just had the rock coming down on 1s, and I wasn't moving the rock faster. I was just taking more increments of it coming down, so that just gave that unnatural look of like, wow, that's going fast. Like that's going fast behind him. It gives it that like extra like, because like the guy's moving at 12 FPS, but like the rock is coming down at on 1s, so it really gives that like, oh wow, that thing's moving fast around him or something. So it kind of like mixes it up. It kind of gives more speed, and makes it look more film like, more like a movie. Like something's that you can see the difference in speed.
Right. Yeah. No, I get that. I definitely have to, because I mostly work with more like 6-inch figures, like Marvel Legends or Black Series Star Wars figures. Right. A lot of people, like at least on my side of the stop motion community, mostly work with those. I know a few people like you or Forrest that work with Legos, or like the Four Monkeys, like they work with Legos. So and the funny thing is like, I think when I found you guys at first, I really wanted to do Legos, but I couldn't have any space for Legos. I couldn't. Yeah. I didn't have like any space for them. I mean, now I do now. So if I really wanted to, I probably could.
I had a tiny space when I was starting. Oh my god! In my room, like 10 years ago, I had like a tiny desk and for my set, and it was hard. It was hard shooting with that, trying to make that work. At a certain point, I figured out how to make a good green screen, like a good key, and then like that opened a whole new world for me, because now I can actually make a bigger set,
right?
Virtually. And I was like, oh my god.
Right.
Now it doesn't look like that one, tiny set anymore. You could definitely see like, oh, it's definitely on just a table, a small table. But opening it up, that's good, making it more epic. But
yeah, definitely.
You can do a lot. You can do a lot with a small table.
You can. Yeah, you kind of have to like. And I understand for some people they have to kind of have to work with what their space is, and especially with their desk or whatever they work on. You can work with it. You just kind of have to manipulate your space and be able to make everything look different and polished, and making sure that keeping that illusion alive. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So
illusion.
Yeah. So going on to my last question. Essentially, it's just if there's anything you want to say to your fans or your supporters out there, you can say anything. You can plug anything you want. So, yeah. So just go for it.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I super super appreciate everybody who's stuck around and just keep watching my stuff and commenting and messaging me and asking questions. Like I'm always open. I'm always checking messages. If anybody wants to ask me a question, I'm always available. I don't discourage conversation. I love talking to people, so I'll just get to it when I get to it. People ask questions. But yeah, because I want a bigger community in what we do. I want to support the community. But yeah, I do have a short coming out. It's a new 2D animation. I did it for this channel. I don't know if you heard of it. It's called I guess it's an Instagram account and a YouTube channel. Animation Wildcard.
Okay.
I don't know if you heard of it, but it's a lot of my friends from work. They put together this Instagram, and it's just filled with, some of the best. Like it's just like a minute long shorts, but because they're doing it while they're under quarantine, and they're just doing great stuff. It's so good. Like I'd really recommend checking it out because it's super inspiring. It's all original, their own original content, and I was just so inspired by it. So I really wanted to make one. I really want to make my own, little original short. But like I'm really bad at coming up with an original idea.
Mm-hmm.
Like I do a lot of Spider-Man. Like Spider-Man's my lucky charm. Like I do a Spider-Man thing and everybody loves it. Like it gets a lot of attention. But when it comes to my own original ideas, I'm like, I don't really have anything. So I really want, but I really was really inspired, and I really want to do something. So I came up with an idea, and I did it. I animated it, and composited it, and put it all together. And yeah, it should be out hopefully this week. But I think it might be next week. I think I might actually do it next week. But yeah, I because it's just up to them. They don't want to. They want to put it out when it's appropriate because right now there's a lot of craziness in the world, and
yeah.
they don't want to subtract the attention, which is totally totally I get it, totally appropriate.
Oh yeah, I get it.
Yeah, they don't want to so yeah, like that they'll probably post it maybe next week or something, so you guys will get to see it. And I hope it posts soon because it's I want to give people like a happy distraction,
Mm-hmm.
give something to make people happy, because it's a happy thing. It's funny, it's not like about quarantine. I wanted to do something that would make people happy. So I think everybody could use it right now. So yeah, so that's coming out, and gosh, what else? What else could I say? Yeah, I don't know. Just follow me on Instagram. I'm just always posting on my stories, and you can see my cat. You'll see my cat Peter, occasionally in the Instagram stories, and he's adorable. So yeah,
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to see your projects, and I definitely I like looking at cats. So, so yeah. But thanks, Sean, for joining me. Really appreciate you being here, and thank you guys for listening or watching the video. If you guys want to check out Sean's channel, his Instagram, all that will be in the link in the description. And also, I'll put links in the description to the people he has mentioned, so you can guys check those out. If you want to check out me, you can subscribe here. And if you want to see more interviews, stop motions, anything like that, also check out my Instagram and Twitter. The links to those will be in the description as well. And thanks again, Sean, for being here.
Yeah, man. Thanks so much for that. Appreciate it.